Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into the incredible world of Hammie and the Moken's magic potion. It's this fantastic adventure story by Peter Stan and Marion Holliday with these really wonderful illustrations by Chi Ho. And while it's written for younger readers, this is one of those stories where the courage, the cleverness, and the friendship at its core, well, it's a total treat for anyone who's still a kid at heart.
So, let's meet our hero. His name is Shakrit, and he's celebrating his birthday with what he thinks is going to be a super chill solo camping trip to a remote island in Thailand. He's dreaming of peace, quiet, and maybe seeing some cool animals. He's especially excited about his hammock, so much so that his new friends are about to give him the nickname Hammie.
Because, yeah, this is no ordinary island. That peaceful getaway of his? It's about to get seriously interrupted. A simple birthday trip is about to turn into this epic quest to save an entire hidden kingdom.
Almost right away, Hammie finds out this island paradise is actually home to a secret animal kingdom, and it is on the verge of total collapse. He's greeted by, get this, a talking spectacled langur monkey named Goggles, who tells him that he's not just some tourist. Nope, he's the hero they've been waiting for.
So here's the deal. The Gecko Kingdom is in big trouble. The king and queen are getting really old and sick. And to make matters worse, their only heir, Princess Geki, ran away years ago. On top of all that, a gang of nasty lizards, led by this truly awful guy named Ginga, are getting ready to take over. But there's an old prophecy, one that says a boy from the city is their only hope. And, well, Hammie just got here from Bangkok.
Okay, but you can't just waltz in and become a hero. Before he can even meet the royals or help find the princess, Hammie has to prove he's actually got what it takes. And that means he has to complete 3 pretty dangerous tests. And these tests are no joke. First, he has to swim at a beach guarded by giant mosquitoes. Then he has to climb hundreds of steps to find a mysterious character called Mr. Time. And finally, he has to explore this dark, spooky cave. Luckily, he's got his new crew, Goggles the monkey, Sally the snake, and Lecky, a surprisingly brave and chatty leech. And with their help, he pulls it off. He passes them all.
So after that last test in the cave, Hammie is just completely wiped out, and he passes out cold. When he wakes up, he's on a boat, heading to finally meet the king and queen. They tell him all about their long-lost daughter. But the biggest shocker wasn't that he passed the tests. No, the biggest twist was yet to come.
Just as Hammie's trying to process everything, this little voice calls out from his backpack, and out crawls his best friend from home, a gecko named Lizzie who'd stowed away for the trip. And as the queen welcomes her with open arms, calling her the long-lost Princess Geki, it all clicks into place. It's this beautiful, joyful reunion. Hammie's birthday wish came true.
But you know how these stories go. The party doesn't last long. That evil lizard, Ginga, shows up and refuses to accept Lizzie as the future queen. And then, soon after, the king and queen fall terribly ill. Their age is finally catching up with them. So now, Hammie and Lizzie have no choice. They have to set out on a new, even more dangerous quest.
Their only hope, and it's a long shot, is a legendary magic potion. It's supposed to be hidden on a faraway island called Koh Taru Tau. The legend says this potion can grant long life, and it might be the only thing in the world that can save the king and queen.
And this is where it gets really interesting, because the potion's main ingredient is a real thing, ambergris. The local Moken people call it ambara, or floating gold. It's this strange, super rare stuff that comes from whales. And in this story, it's the key to everything.
And so, the journey is on. They begin this perilous trip by sea to the island of Koh Taru Tau. They have to find that ambergris, and they have to find the Moken sea nomads, this mysterious tribe who supposedly guard the potion's secrets.
Along the way, oh man, the characters they meet are just fantastic. They're guided by a singing dolphin named Dolly. A mermaid named Seraphon pops up to warn them about pirates. They have to face off against this thieving monkey named Mackie who's obsessed with sunglasses. And they even team up with Claudius, a hermit crab trying to solve his community's housing crisis.
But the journey is incredibly dangerous, and it all comes to a head in this one really intense moment. Goggles gets stung by a venomous jellyfish and is completely paralyzed. The only cure? Leech slime. And their friend Lecky the Leech
who absolutely hates the salt that he needs to make the slime, bravely endures the pain to save Goggles. One friend, one brave act, one life saved. It's an amazing moment.
After all of that, after escaping giant lizards and surviving a massive storm, they finally make it. They reach the Moken people on Boulder Island, and their wise elder, a man named Engen, sees that their quest is true, and he agrees to help.
Ungun gives them a treasure map, which points to 5 possible spots where they might find the ambergris. But then, more importantly, he pulls Hammie aside, and he whispers the true secret of the potion to him and him alone. He entrusts him with this ancient knowledge that is about to change everything.
After a frantic search across the island, the friends finally find it. The ambergris is hidden inside a huge seashell in a cave. They race for home, but of course, just as they arrive, that villain Ginga, who's been spying on them the whole time, springs his trap.
And just like that, bam! Ginga attacks. He rips open Hammie's pack, snatches the bundle of ambergris, and just vanishes into the jungle, cackling like a maniac. Lizzie is heartbroken. For a second, it really seems like all hope is completely lost.
But remember that secret Angun whispered to Hammie? Well, this is where it all pays off, and it's brilliant. See, the ambergris by itself, it's totally useless. To make the real magic potion, you need a second ingredient, powdered royal starfish, and you have to mix it with fresh water. Genga, in his greed, just gobbles down the stolen stuff with seawater and gets violently sick. Hammie, using that secret wisdom, had given the villain a perfect decoy.
So with Ginga defeated by his own greed, Hammie and Lizzie prepare the real potion, and it works like a charm. The king and queen are healed, they're back to their youthful, energetic selves, the kingdom is finally safe. And Hammie, he makes this huge, life-changing decision. He decides to stay on the islands with his friends, starting a whole new life.
And this whole adventure really leaves us with a great question, doesn't it? Hammie wasn't some great warrior. His heroism came from his loyalty, his cleverness, and his love for his friends, both the old ones and the new ones. It's a powerful story that shows that being a hero isn't always about big battles. It's about having the heart and the wisdom to do the right thing. Thanks for joining us on The Explainer.